force a blunt end through fabric. So change your needles. A size 12 will even sew through fine leather.
Morning, Jane. Jane says, good morning to my two fave people. I love the bag. I've made a few. I use the pattern but different fabrics. Yet again, my basket is full with Alistair's products that I adore. And she's just started the
this is Jane in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Hi, Jane.
How's that?
That's really funky.
That's lovely, isn't it? I love that fabric.
It's really cool.
I like it when you're sending pictures a little bit further out so we can have a nosy around your room while we're there, if you don't mind.
See if you've got a basket of dirty laundry just sitting there.
Yeah. I can't take that away now. Oh, there
Or
we go.
the person that's been setting it up as a disgruntled partner or husband that's just sat there going, I'm just doing this because I'm told to do it.
I was watching something the other day and there was a picture of a politician, I don't know who he was, and he was doing a Zoom call with his nice jacket and shirt on and looking very smart, not realising there was a mirror behind him and he was in his underpants.
I love things like I absolutely love things like that. I just think that is just really, really. It's like when people think they're getting away with something and they're just not, and it doesn't matter what you do or you say, it just literally comes back. So you can see here we've got. So I've only stitched, and I've kept the green thread on here, but you'd obviously use matching. So literally I've just gone all the way round. Now I don't bother cutting anything off. I don't bother trimming it down or anything like that, because I think when you're doing bags, if you start clipping in to certain places, sometimes curved corners are slightly different, but I think on the main seams where they're almost straight, I don't bother cutting anything off that, just because if it's carrying weight, you get that extra security. So I've made the outer. We can stick the flowers on later, but then I need to do the same process to make the lining, and then you dip the lining in, and then you then sew around all this part, and we leave a little hole in the bottom of the lining. But what I'll do for 11 o'clock is I'll continue sewing the lining up, and we'll show you get to the stage where you're putting actually the bag handles, because that's the bit that everyone struggles with, because it's a little fiddly, but the result at the end is well worth it.
All right, we'll see you again at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Here's Adam with a reminder of our prize draw. Oh, so I'm talking, aren't I? So, you could be win the chance of winning over £700 worth of products, including 3 of my books. And we've got sewing boxes, we've got Moda fabrics, there's some Bunting binding, lots of threads, and they're good Timmins threads as well. And you've got quilters multi-mat, you've got pouch poles, and buttons and scissors and all kinds of malarkey going on there. All you need to do is place an order. You're automatically going to be entered into that prize draw whether you like it or not. And one lucky winner is going to be announced later on in the show at 12:50. So please get your orders in before, say, 12:30, just to make sure you get in there in time and we can process them properly. Morning.
How are you?
Morning.
Morning.
Really good, are you?
I've only popped in.
Oh, have you?
I've just popped in and sorted out. Make sure you're all right. Do you need
brought me a
food, water?
coffee.
Do you want coffee?
Yeah.
We can do coffee.
Yeah, go on then.
I'm not lingering for this bit. Apparently it's all gone.
Oh, was it?
Apparently so. So I've been
We haven't even
told.
talked about it yet.
Yeah, apparently Moda is nearly going.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not surprised. Anything that's discounted, fabulous, but discounted Moda doesn't happen very often.
No, that is true.
So what we got left then? What have we got? Well,
First one sold out.
Okay, there you go.
Second one sold out.
Oh.
Queenie lost TV Zone, Debbie Shaw. Oh no.
I could have gone surfing then, couldn't I?
I've only got a 5-minute segment as well. That segment was nearly longer. So third one, sold out.
There you go, thank you.
Fourth one, sold out.
Oh, there you go.
Fifth one, sold out. Sixth one, sold out.
You're just getting so predictable now, Adam.
Seventh, sold out. We've got this one.
We have?
We've got that one.
Okay, have we got to talk about this for
I've
now?
got to talk about this now for another 15 minutes of this segment before we move on for another guest.
Should we count them very slowly?
Very slow, that's what I normally do.
1. These are 5-inch squares.
Okay.
And how many have you got in there? Is it 40? 42 squares in total, a mode of fabric, such lovely quality. And quality isn't just how the fabric feels, it's the quality of the print as well. And you can tell by the amount of colours, the tiny print and the clarity of the prints in there. I mean, look at the detail that you've got even on plainer fabrics like that.
What would you do with them? So it's fabric of this size, because we use fabric like on bolts, so you have like long bits of fabric to make. So when you have fabric this size, what do you actually do with them?
Sew them back together again.
Fair enough.
But no, seriously, if you're new to quilting and you want to make an impressive quilt, you know that when you buy pre-packs or pre-cuts that the fabrics have been designed to go with each other, so you don't have to worry about, well, I've got this bit of fabric but I'm not sure if that goes or that goes. They all go together because they're from a collection. But just simply sew them together, and if you're not too good at points, then sew one together in a row and then shifty the next one over so it creates a brick effect, then you don't have to worry about it.
You went up.
But if you're doing English paper piecing, they're great for applique as well. But I think basically we'd sew them back together again. I mean, you cut them in half again and you've got half square triangles, so you can create different designs with them too.
All three has got limited stock. So they're all now limited stock.
I've only got one of each of them or something.
So we've got them in the squares.
Yes.
Then you've got them in the jelly roll form.
Yes. So these are 2.5-inch strips of fabric. So again, you do get the complete collection there. Not going to unroll it because you'll never get it back in the roll again.
I get told off for that.
But these.
They made me roll it back up.
Really? You're still doing it?
Yes. It took me hours. Hours.
But these, again...
Just stop, Deb. They've all sold out. They've all sold out. They've all gone. Everything has gone.
Thank you.
Right, how do you take your coffee?
Black no sugar, please.
Black no sugar?
Yes.
I'm on it. Apparently you're going to sew for another 10 minutes. While we go and find the next guest.
That'd be nice.
Right, I'll go make you coffee and I'll bring it back.
Fabulous, thank you very much.
Black, no sugar?
Yeah.
I'm on it. Leave it with me.
Prefer decaf, to be honest. Should we do some sewing?
Remember where you are. Remember where you are.
What's gone limited, sorry? Oh, the Royal Coronation has now gone limited stock. Oh gosh, okay. So that was the craft cotton fabrics that we started right at the beginning. So that is limited stock. Over 90% of the stock has now sold out. I don't know what we're going to sew. We'll come up with something. I do have another picture to show you, actually. So this is Julie. Oh, just move that out of the way. And she says, "Morning, Debbie. Loving the show. I've learnt so much from you. Thank you. I started sewing in June 2020 during lockdown and have evolved so much. I'm a member of your Half Yard Club. And can I just say, I love the projects with the community and your knowledge. I will be here all morning watching from my sofa. And this is Cookie the polar bear. That's one of my patterns. Isn't he lovely? It's huge as well. It's a really big bear. Thank you, Jill. I really appreciate your comments and your emails coming in. It's nice for you to be part of the show as well, because that's what Seamless Sunday's all about, isn't it? Joining in, having fun, not taking things too seriously. There we go. Right. Okay. 10 minutes I've got to sew something. What should we sew in 10 minutes? I'm just getting fabric. I'm not scratching the ankles down here. Oh, there we go. Right, so I've got a bag of fabric, and I've got some that I've already cut into, so I'll just carry on using that. And what should we make? What should we make? Oh, the fat quarters, half of the stock of those are sold out. I could make a purse. I can make a purse to go with my bag. I haven't got any interface. Haven't got interface. Just bear with me a second while I'm down here. Oh, I've got loads of fabric down there. That's nice. Okay, right. So, I can make a skirt, make a little girl's dress. I can make a pouch. I can make a drawstring bag. So much to make. Haven't got interfacing. So I can't do that, so I can't do interfacing. So I'll do a drawstring bag. I can make a drawstring. Let's make a drawstring. Let's make some bunting. I can do bunting. Right. Because I did say earlier, didn't I, if I sold out at the bunting, then you can make your own. So I've got my strip of fabric. Got a little cutting mat. So that's that. Well, you might want to make your bunting panel go a little bit further. So I'll just do a couple of pennants. So this is a non-directional fabric, so it doesn't matter which way around I cut them. As in, you're going to be more cost effective if you cut them like that rather than all in the same direction. So that's quite nice to have a non-directional fabric. I'm measuring that up on a cutting mat and I haven't got my rotary cutter, so that's pointless. So we'll just use scissors. So that looks like a straight edge. I'm going to make these 6 inches deep, so I'm just going to cut along here. And then let's measure. Let's do them 5 inches across. So I'm measuring from the end to 5 inches and then 2.5 inches down this way. Whoops. That way, and then I can join these two together and that one together. And again, if you do have your rotary cutter ruler and mats, then this is going to be a lot quicker and a lot easier. So that's 5 inches across, and I'm going to go back over that way there, and then let's just cut those out. So we'll just do a couple of pennants here. So this is going to be quite a small bunting, but you can make these any shape and size that you like. Doesn't have to be triangular, of course. So I'll just snip around here. That is my favourite noise ever. It just reminds me of my mum. My mum was a dressmaker. She used to make wedding dresses and all kinds of things. So this crunching noise was what you could hear in her sewing room. So that'll do there, that'll do there. Should we do a red one in the middle just for good fun? So I'm cutting 2 pieces because this is going to be posh bunting. It is lined. So I just use that as a template to cut around this one. And don't throw your little tiny bits away because you can do some crumb quilting with those. There. And across the top. Okay. Whoops, just snip that off there. Difference.
I'm here.
You did it.
Oh no, I've got the clamps.
Oh, thank you.
TV's
Get flowers as well.
Sure.
Oh. Can I kit this in my dressing room next?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
You called it down as well, so you can drink it.
Sorry?
You called it down so you can drink it.
Oh, thank you. Nice. Nice. Spilt it, mind you. Thank you. This is Seamless Sunday on Create and Craft. This is not Debbie Shaw in her living room being waited on by handsome men. Although, you know, it happens. So I'm going to sew these right sides together just along the long pointy bits. So right sides together there. Are we having the doors widened to fit Adam's head through now? So right down into the point. And actually, these are going to be a kind of, so I've just got a wire under them, it's making it wobbly. They don't have to be double-sided because, so I've got something under there, haven't I? That's it. No, it's not. What have I got under there? Ah, that's it. You could just do them single-sided and maybe even fray around the edges. If you're cutting the triangular shape, you're cutting on the bias, so they won't fray as such, but they'll go fluffy. So if you just take a scrubbing brush and or a nail brush or something and just scrub the edges of them, they'll fluff up, so you get a nice kind of retro, shabby chic kind of look to them. And that's a really quick way of doing it. I'm going to put some bias binding on the top of these as well, so this is going to be the kind of bunting that you would keep. Because you're going to take your time to do this, so it's worth it. Right, so I'll just do the 3. Let's fold that over. Down there. There we go. When you come to the end, stop with the needle down. I'm not using any particular seam allowance, and I'm going to snip off those points in just a second before we turn these the right side out. So that's that. Then let's take the points off just to cut down on the bulk in the point. I wrote a book on bunting once upon a time. Amazing how many different styles you can achieve. Just missed the, oh, what I did there. Oh, right. Oh yes, somebody's just emailed in apparently asking what happened to the Moda fabric sale. It's sold out, I'm afraid. These things happen on Seamless Sunday. You need to get in there and be quick. We've got sewing online coming up in a few minutes, so do stay with us if you're looking to revamp and refurnish in your sewing area. So if you get a second, why don't you send us a picture of where you sew? It'd be nice to see where you sew. So are you on the dining room table? Have you got a craft room, or have you got a shed in the garden, or where is it you like to sit and sew? I've got a sewing house. So every room, just every room. Right, just poking out the point. And with a pen, because I haven't got a turning tool, so not ideal, but you know, that will do for now. Stick that in there. And this one in here. I know I've sewn that on right side to wrong side, but if I don't point that out, then maybe nobody noticed. So poke that out there. Then I'll need to iron those. Make them nice and flat. And then bias binding to go around the top. So pop that out there. And give it a press. So I should have left the iron on, shouldn't I? And that one. Give it a press. Oh, we've only got a minute left. I better be quick. I'll just make a start on this bias binding there, because I think you get the gist. So if you wanted to, you could kind of top stitch around the edge. But then I take my bias binding, leave a long tail on this because you're going to need to tie it, fold that in half and press it, and then you'll need to snip off those little pointy bits that are sticking out here. That goes inside there, and then sew them together in a row, and that makes you double-sided bunting. And you know, bunting isn't just for street parties, and well, for parties it could be going around a picture or a mirror or a bed head if it's in a bedroom, across the bottom of a pair of curtains or a blind would look nice as well, and it's really, really easy to make. I'll see you in a second. I'm going to be talking furniture.
You get the goodies, I'll get the door. Okay. Hello, Create and Craft Delivery.
Wow, this is the biggest order I've ever seen.
Haven't you heard? If you order anything from Create and Craft now, it's a cat P&P of $3.95 per order.
Cat P&P of only $3.95 for all of this?
Yes, it doesn't matter what you order or how many different items you buy.
What, even the really heavy stuff like this?
Yes, sewing machines, die-cutting machines, everything in the van.
Oh, there we go. That's the last of it.
I don't think they're at home. We'll have to come back later. I'll warm up the van.
Oh, hi! Fancy a cuppa?
Oh yes, that'll be lovely. Chop, chop, Dan.
Order 2 or more items from Create and Craft and we'll cap your postage at just $3.95, no matter how many different items you buy. Shopping at Create and Craft just got even better.
Welcome back again, and welcome back to yourself, Michelle.
Hello, good morning.
You brought us some, actually, not just stylish furniture, but furniture is so important when you're spending a lot of time on it. That sounded a bit silly to say, didn't it? But particularly when you're sewing, when you're concentrating, when you're working, it's important to sit straight, to have your table at the right angle.
Yeah, right height. They're specially designed for sewing, obviously, to create comfort, ease, because we do sew for long periods of time, and the last thing you want to be doing is being uncomfortable when you're sewing, because it can cause neck pain, back pain. So these are all designed to personalise your own sewing room for